So I just got done watching One Piece episode 510. I made something about 509, and then my microphone didn't record because this thing is stupid. Okay, this thing is stupid. But look, I'm gonna be recording my thoughts because I have to say this all over again. I'm gonna be recording my thoughts on every episode of One Piece. Okay, because that's gonna be able to get me to finish it. Because if I consume too much, I'm just gonna not watch it anymore. I keep doing that, so I gotta watch an episode, then record my thoughts, and that way I'm able to look at the past recording, you know, to keep myself updated. Okay, and to make sure that I, keep myself updated. All right. So look, episode 510. The scene started with Luffy in a marine boat heading to the marine ford, and then it panned to all the other straw hats. Okay, it panned to Robin, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Okay, I'm gonna re-say what I just said. Okay, I do not. I only like Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp. I don't like anyone else in the Straw Hat crew. Okay, I don't like anyone else, but especially I don't like Chopper and Robin. Okay, I tend to skip parts of the episodes when it's just them there because I don't like those two at all. Okay, at all. So here's the thing. Um, Everything that has to do with Robin, I don't care about. So when they panned her in the scene, I was so eager to skip it, but I let it play out because they said something about Dragon. And in case you don't know, Dragon is Luffy's father. And I actually am excited to hear more about Dragon because I want to know what he does, what's his abilities, what he can do. Okay? Because so far, all I've been getting is aura. That's all I've been getting is aura. He's the leader of the Revolutionary Army, which I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't seen them niggas do a lot. Okay, but he's one of the most wanted mans in the world. So, there's that. Robin apparently gets to meet with Dragon. Of all the people, Robin, of course. But she just said no. She wants to go see Luffy and them because they made a promise to go meet at Sabaody and all that yada yada, right? And for some unknown reason, I don't know why, but Luffy is going back to Marineford, and then it pans out of Robin's whole dilemma with saving those people from building a bridge, lamest shit ever. It pans out of that, and it pans to Sanji, and yeah, it's Sanji just doing shit. Sanji just doing shit. Okay, and then they pulled up with Ivankov, looking bad as hell in his sexy form, and then he went back to his chop chud form for no reason. Okay, and then it shows Sanji fighting Ivankov. So there's a whole lot of that going on. All right, but then after it showed that, then it shows. Oh right, like I said before, I skipped most of the parts. I completely forgot that Chopper was in the episode. Um, he was flying to go see Luffy, and he found out Luffy went to Marineford. I mean, nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares about Chopper. Be honest, you don't even care about Chopper. I don't even care about Chopper. Okay, everyone around it. If you're in my area, and you care about Chopper. I need you to leave quickly before you get harmed. Okay, you no. Okay, so look. Then we had what's his name, Sanji. Sanji was fighting Ivankov. Then he lost. Of course he did. And then after he lost, then we pan to Ivankov talking to Dragon, and he's telling Dragon all about how Luffy just glaze, just Luffy glaze, Luffy glaze. That's all it is, Luffy glaze. And they're wondering what Luffy is gonna do next now that he's in Marineford. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna watch episode 511, and I'm gonna get back with you, and we'll see. We'll see. I just got done watching One Piece episode 511, and I gotta say, yo, I dead forgot Kobe had hockey. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. Look, I haven't watched One Piece in months. I had to drop the show because I got bored after Marineford. I dead forgot Kobe has hockey. I'm excited for that. That's exciting. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I really like Kobe's character because I feel like he's gonna be like a main like problem for Luffy. I feel like he's gonna be like Luffy's biggest problem. Okay, so to summarize the entire episode, yo, that was like hype. That was hype. I'm not gonna hold you. That was hype. They were showcasing all the different people, all the different captains who made it to the new world. Some of them didn't need to make it there. Like like the one that's a part of the Capone Pirates. Yo, he is a fraud. Fraud. All he has is like a pocket little like I don't know how he made it. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I don't know how he made it. I saw my goat, Eustace Kid. He made it, and he's just as goated as and beautiful as before. He's just so cool. He's so cool. He murked a pirate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he crucified them. Crucified. He crucified pirates. Like that's crazy. Okay, and then Aruj made it. Aruj made it. Okay, listen. I saw Aruj get no diffed by fucking Kizaru. How did you make it? Okay. Not only did Aruj make it, but the other dude with the tarot cards, he made it. I mean, his whole ability is that he can make himself a scarecrow and he has little voodoo dolls and stuff. So I guess, but like, he made it. I mean, okay, okay. And they're all going on their different adventures. Apparently, they're all on going to these different islands. Then I got to see the the elders, the world government elders. They're all so fire. All right, I don't know what all of them do, but they look cool as hell. I already know that they're on some like max level secrecy powers. Okay, like they got like super hockey or some shit. Okay. Um, and they were talking about how Blackbeard literally just got there and he took a guy. He already killed a guy with a 80 million or 100 million berry bounty because that's my goat Blackbeard. Always doing things behind the scenes when no one's watching. That's my goat right there. Okay, that's also my goat. Um, and yeah, Luffy went back to Marineford and rung the bell 16 times to insinuate that the new era of pirates is among them, which that's cool and all, that's fun. But like everything that Luffy did went out of the window when I started seeing all my more favorite characters because Luffy's cool and all, but then comparing to Kid and compare him to Kobe, who knows hockey. I'm actually excited for that because if Kobe knows hockey, then potentially I could see Kobe becoming like head, like he could become a new admiral. All right, I could see Kobe becoming an admiral in the future, probably in the time skip. Um, Beyond with Kobe, they also have Helmeppo there, but Helmeppo doesn't have hockey, so don't worry about Helmeppo. That nigga's never getting hockey. That nigga's not getting anything. I can tell he's not getting anything. Okay, but also apparently, whatchamacallit, I think I covered everything that was there. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. Oh no, Sengoku retired. And I'm actually happy about that. I saw him use his Buddha fruit, and I'm not gonna lie, Block's fruits made his fruit look a lot cooler than what he was actually doing in there. So yeah, go ahead and retire, big bro. It's over. All right, it's over. You're too old, my nigga. I'm hoping Garp also does the same thing because that nigga's just too old to be doing anything. But apparently, Garp is gonna be training Kobe with his hockey, so you get to stay for a little longer, but that's beyond the point. Okay. Um. Oh, and Kuzan is now the new. I'm pretty sure it's the fleet admiral. I think he's the new fleet admiral. He's above the admirals. He's above the admirals. I think that makes him fleet admiral. All right, or vice admiral. Yes, vice admiral. I think he became vice admiral, and then they moved Smoker over to the new world. Now, this is very important, and no disrespect to Smoker's crew at all, but I'm actually very excited to see Smoker, not Smoker, but to see Tashigi in the new world because Tashigi, her main goal was to collect all the 13 legendary swords, which means she's going to have to get that sword from Zoro, which means she's going to have to up her swordsmanship skills, which means I'm going to be seeing a lot of Tashigi hype moments in Aura, which I'm very, very excited for. Tashigi is one of my favorite characters also in this show, okay? I don't know. I just like her character more than I like Robin's or fucking Nami. I like Tashigi, all right? And I'm very excited to see Smoker's crew, see what they got going on in that. But beyond that, that's mainly it for this episode. So I'm gonna be watching episode 512 and see what they got going on. All right, and I'll get back to y'all. So I just got done watching One Piece episode 512. I'm hold on. Let me check. Let me check just in case I'm wrong. Okay, listen. Episode 512. I'm telling you, I'm having terrible problems trying to remember everything that goes on in every episode. This is why I record this stuff so I can remember. Okay, so 512 was interesting to say the least. First point, we have Buggy. Buggy went back to his crew when he has a crew full of the world's most nefarious criminals in his crew. He doesn't have 6 level impel down criminals like Blackbeard, but I'm gonna keep it a band with you. If you ended up in impel down, you did some dirty low down shit. Okay, so that's who Buggy has in his crew right now, and he's met up with his old crew along with the girl with the soap fruit, the slip fruit. All right. Um, and apparently he received a mail from the Navy, from the Marines. And I'm not gonna hold you. When they were doing this giant thing on talking about how he wants to be stronger than Straw Hat and everything, and how all of a sudden he gets mail from the Marines, and Mister Three picked it up, and he was talking about some no way, this can't be right. I'm not gonna hold you. I think that they're promoting Buggy to Warlord. I think that they're, because if you remember in the last episode, the Elder said that they were looking for a warlord, and they don't know who to pick. Buggy, all right. So Buggy is going to be the new warlord of the another new warlord. I can already feel it. I can feel that going on, right? So now that we're out of Buggy, we can go to the for the unnecessary pan to Alabasta, because apparently when Luffy took that picture, there was also a marking that he has, and Vivi was talking about. I hate Vivi. All right, I hate Vivi as much as I hate Robin and Nami. I don't like Vivi at all. Okay, I'm happy that Vivi is not a part of the Straw Hats, because that would lead to a lot of complications. We already have a lot of weak people on there, and Vivi, you're just not gonna fit in, right? Okay, you ain't got nothing. We don't have time for that. Okay, so yeah, unnecessary pen, but I guess okay. And then after it panned to that, it panned to Crocodile being the aura farming master he is, just sitting there, just with the guy who's metal, the steel fruit. I keep forgetting his name every single time, but yeah, he's just here with him, and they're apparently going to the new world as well. So that's gonna be an interesting thing. Now on to the marking. Okay. For the remainder of the episode, it panned to every single Straw Hat understanding what the marking meant, except for me. Okay? Except for me. What the hell does that marking mean? Because if they don't tell me what the marking means next episode, I'm going to get pissed off, because then it's gonna feel like I'm stupid, and I'm supposed to already know what it means. Because first off, they're looking at Luffy's picture, and everybody's like, I got it, Luffy. Chopper, that little freak, is talking about something. I understand, Captain. And then Nami's talking about she understands. Robin's talking about she understands. Sanji says he understands. Okay? Usopp even said that he understands. The dude was crying. Okay? Zoro was looking at it, but it didn't look like he understood what it meant. So hopefully next episode it's him saying that he doesn't get what it means, and that hopefully I get an explanation. Because my nigga, if I don't get an explanation on what they're talking about, yo, I might lose it. I might lose it. Okay, like ooh, all right. I'll take my shirt off. I swear I'll take my shirt off, bro. I will take my shirt off. Don't do this to me, okay? But as far as I believe, that's all the information I got from episode 512. So, if there's any changes or any occurrences, I'll see you guys in episode 513. Mm-hmm. So I just got done watching One Piece episode 513. Okay? And I'm not going to hold you. The first 75% of the episode was gas. Okay? I'm talking about, we got to look at Blackbeard. Honestly, we got to look at a few of the captains who are going to the new world. And so one of the first looks, I believe, was X Drake. You know, X Drake. Yeah, the dude with the freaking Allosaurus fruit. I didn't think he'd make it, but he made it. He's in some ice island, and they name drop Kaido. I don't know if that. I'm pretty sure they name drop Kaido for the first time right there. All right, so he's on one of Kaido's territories, and he's fighting him. So he's not fighting Kaido; he's fighting some dude that's protecting one of the territories. So that's interesting to see. Interesting to see. Then it panned over to Apu, the dude with the music fruit. Apu used all of his power to beat one fucking warhog over there, dog. Like, oh my god, that was like some weak shit. And then there were more warhogs that sounded like grizzly bears. I don't know why they did that, but and then they started running off the island, and they just were running in midair. I don't know what that was about. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. But then it panned to Blackbeard. That shit said some burning island. It ain't even name dropped the island because it don't exist no more. They tore it up. That's how crazy Blackbeard is. They tore the island up. It doesn't exist anymore. So it showed Blackbeard, and then the next thing I know, it shows that one girl with the age fruit tied up. Jules, I think her name is. Yeah, he packed her up like easily. And the reason why he's sitting there waiting for Marines to come so he can hijack a Marine ship because that big fat ape broke the ship. All right. So, he's just waiting with his group of just supreme evil people. Okay. They're so evil that they're stupid. Like it's that type of evil. Okay. Yeah. So there was one coming in the distance, and Van Ugger, the aura monster himself. Okay. He went and he was like, hey, look, there's a Marine ship coming, but they're not going to give it up. And Blackbeard was talking about, so what do you mean they're not going to give it up? And then, you look over there and it's freaking Akayanu. I was so shocked, bro. I was like, holy, wait a minute. You're telling me Blackbeard is so much of a threat. You had to bring the admirals out. The admirals had to come out. All right, freaking Akayanu was coming up in there trying to take that. So they left. They ran. Like, oh my, they ran. That was funny, bro. That was funny. They done ran out the scene. But Akayanu did catch Jules, so more than likely she will be getting demoted back to the regular world. I don't know how she made it to the new world either. She probably just used her little age fruit, turned herself into a miner, and slipped past the cracks out of like Kizaru's line of sight. Because Kizaru is also not that bright. I'm not gonna hold you. But don't know how she got her way out of Sabaody. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I don't even know how. Because how did Aruj get out of Sabaody? Okay. How did Aruj and Capone make it out of Sabaody? Those two should have died. They weren't meant to live, okay? And I don't even want to begin to speak about X Drake. Freaking mythical zone. It's a T-Rex. That's it. It's a T-Rex. I've seen Luffy beat like 40 of those, okay? Like, they ain't nothing special. Why are you in the new world? Get out. Okay, get out. And for some reason, Law doesn't want to go to the new world. The reason why Law doesn't want to go to the new world is because he's scared. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a band with you. He's just scared. I wouldn't blame him. All right, fucking Kid's in there, bro. I wouldn't want to be in the same sea as Kid, bro. He's disgusting. Honestly, he's disgusting. Eustace has a lot of issues. Okay, don't even get me started with Blackbeard. You're gonna get absorbed. So I could see that. And then the other 25% of the episode was panned about Chopper. Yeah, ew. I don't fucking like Chopper, okay? I hate this nigga. Alright, I can't stand that nigga. Nigga over here crying and bitching, talking about he's going to get stronger for Luffy. But that still didn't answer my question as to what does that mark mean. Okay? I'm guessing, at one point I'm just gonna have to guess that the mark on this thing means that don't meet me, you need to be stronger. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I don't even care. You didn't tell me. Okay? and you force me to watch Chopper. Never do that again. If I see Chopper alone on any scenes, I'm skipping the scenes. I don't care how important it is. I'm skipping the scenes. Okay. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. But I believe that's it. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got for that episode. And I'm going to see y'all guys for episode 514. 514? Yes, 514. Okay. I'll see y'all boys. Um, um, I just got done watching One Piece episode 14, and I'm gonna keep it honest with you. That episode sucked. That episode was trash. Out of the other episodes I've watched, I hate this one. And the reason why I don't like that episode is because it involved two characters in Luffy's crew that I really don't care much about. It involved Nami, and then it involved Sanji. Okay? And mainly it was just involving their backstories. All right, nothing but backstory slot. Okay? It's showing them talking about how they need to get stronger for Luffy. Um, don't care because it's Nami. So I don't really care what she's doing. She's the navigator. I don't expect her to be strong. So I'm not going to be receiving any hype moments in aura from her. So I don't care. Okay. And now they mention it, I think I remember now. Frankie was also there. I don't like Frankie. All right. I don't. Frankie doesn't. I don't care about Frankie. So I don't care about anything except for the fact that they're constantly name dropping Vagapunk. Um, they call him Vegapunk. Still haven't seen the dude yet. He can make all these cool bio weapons and stuff. And he blew up the first layer of the lab, but apparently there's a second layer of the lab, and he's gonna be living in that lab because he also got the same code from Luffy where I guess he needs to get stronger. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's Frankie. I don't really care about Frankie. I don't care about what Frankie got going on. He's not important to me. Okay, and then the next person that they put in there was Sanji. And I'm gonna be very, very honest. I don't care nothing about Sanji at all. Okay. Apparently, he's supposed to be making crazy food that's gonna be making them stronger and whatnot. So that's cool. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about anything about those three characters, bro. But I'm excited for next episode because we got rid of Chopper, we got rid of Nami, and we got rid of Frankie, and we got rid of Sanji. So you know what that means? That leaves Usopp, Zoro, and of course Nico Robin is going to sneak her way up in there, but we're going to ignore those. Okay, if it's a solo Nico Robin scene, I'm going to skip it. But then I might not because it might add information on Dragon, and I gotta know some info on that. But beyond everything else, yeah, that was basically the whole premise of the episode. So not very interesting to me. I'm not a fan of any of those characters, so whatever they're doing doesn't interest me. Sorry, buddy. All right, so I'll see y'all on episode 515. Yeah, yeah, okay. I just got done watching One Piece episode 515, and I've got to say that was a really good episode. Way better than the last one. Okay, and started off, we're gonna skip everything involving Robin because I skipped most of it. I don't care about whatever training arc she's going through. Don't care. Okay, and we're gonna skip past Brook. Don't care. Don't care what he's doing. Okay, but we're gonna go to Usopp, and with Usopp, because 90% of this is backstory slop as well because it shows the characters and it shows the backstory of how them and Luffy met and all that nonsense. Okay, I don't care about any of that unless it has to do with Usopp and Zoro, which I got to see. So I'm very excited about that. I saw Usopp at the Bowen Island. All right, freaking Chud Sop, and he was running around just all fat, but then he's trying to work the fat off. He's in his training arc right now, just like the rest of them. But I'm actually excited for his. He's going to be getting learning tips from Hercules. Okay, it's gonna be really good. I'm very excited to see that. I'm very excited to see the change in Usopp's character and how different he's going to become in 2 years. Okay, and then we meet over to Zoro, and Zoro's training with freaking Mihawk, yo. All right, like that's unexpected, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's crazy to me because of the fact that he's training with the baboons who's trading with this one high ranking baboon who copied Mihawk's technique, so he's training with him. But Zoro actually led me to show me what the marking meant. So apparently they had a 3D for 3 days. That's how long it was going to take them to all meet in Sabaody was going to be meeting in 3 days. But then he crossed it out and put 2Y, which meant 2 years. Now, see, a lot of you people would be thinking, oh, duh, I could have came up with that. Shut up. It takes me a while to understand these things, okay? That's why I got to record this stuff. It takes me a while, okay? So that's what that meant. 2Y means 2 years. So they're going on a 2 year training arc, basically, which I'm excited to see. Okay, I want to see what they're going on, what's going on in 2 years. I want to know what they got and how everything is going to be. But yeah, that's mainly all for 515, and then I'm going to be watching my final episode for the day, 516, and then I'm going to call it a day because I only ingest 10 episodes of One Piece a day before I want to end it all. Okay, so yeah, all right, all right. Mm. I just got done watching One Piece episode 516. That episode was gas. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good episode. So where do I begin? Where do I begin? Okay, so the episode starts off with Luffy. He's heading to this island that has 48 seasons, and he's training with the Dark King, Silver's Rayleigh, for 2 years. And Silver's Rayleigh actually gave me a lot of information on characters that I did not know. Okay, he was teaching about hockey, how there's armament. I don't know if you can see armament, observation, and conquerors. Okay, and then when I realized that, it turns out that Enel was using observation hockey on that island. I did not know that. I thought he was just manipulating electric currents, and that's how he was. No, he has like some extremely high advanced form of observation hockey, which makes sense because he called it Mantra. And ever since I heard that, I was like, that's not what hockey is. So I guess it's just his own little thing. Okay, but no, he has observation hockey, very very advanced form. That's really nice to know because Anaru is one of my favorite villains in the show so far. Um, but back to it. I'm actually really excited. Towards the end, they were doing this whole like collusion and stuff for the 2 year time skip. So I can't wait for tomorrow when I watch the next episode. I'm not watching any more today. Jesus, no. But I can't wait for tomorrow when more episodes drop and I'll be able to see Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats in the 2 year time skip. So, but beyond that, hey, see y'all boys tomorrow.